Yo gangs, Rod here, productionised. This is technically one of those behind the scene videos, I guess. I think people have seen this in various guises. This is the SD2TAPE Mule, or the tape duplicator as it's now become. Bit of a mess these days. I've covered up some buttons because they were too bright for my eyes, rather than, you know, change the resistors. Yes, there is Commodore drives plugged in to what was once a couple of Spectrums. But anyway, as I periodically like to do with everything I do, I like to check if things are good. But there's some hidden switches down here. Oh yeah, there we go. So that should be about 1350 ideally, and we're a little bit high, but we checked the variance from last time, so that's okay. It's not warbling. That would be jumping around, and there's the monitoring of the voltages. Anywho, so what I'm going to do here anyway, or at least try to, I'm going to put a couple of cassettes in. Excuse me. And when they're brand new to cassettes, you know, the glue on them's rubbish, so you should always rewind them. Never start from the original side. But yeah, all of this stuff's been moved around quite a lot recently. The Commodore stuff's over there. More of that another time. But yeah, all of this stuff's been moved around a lot recently. So I will be checking the results of these to make sure these drives are still within spec. These have all been like mildly modified and tuned in with an inch of their lives to give a good result. And yeah, so far so good. This sort of stuff is working out really well. So if we go, whilst those tapes are rewinding, go into ZX, go into wobble, and here we are. I think that's the only file. Good, that's the only file. This is Bob Fossil's Winter Wonderworm, which is going to be new to the 699 Ever 99 range. The only thing I can't easily do at the moment with this is have them all on the same motor control. So I'm using pause buttons. Right, you've rewound. Hence why I've chosen these clones, because they've got pause buttons, like there. So you can engage everything in. Pause. Bit of that. Right, okay. Harder, because I'm holding you. Ready? So these are all going to be slightly out from each other, but good enough. Ready? Go. Yeah, right. And I like to have about 4 to 6 on a leader. I can't hold the camera any closer because I've left the tripod on it because I'm an idiot. And then after 4 or about 6 to clear the tape, and then a little bit more, we hit go. Just make sure I've got, there's the monitor on that, you see. Ooh, which we don't need on. So yeah, that's like the playback monitor, which gives you the result there. So you can tune in, you know, you can see before you've actually recorded a bunch of tapes if any of these drives are warbling or totally gone out of spec, and you can put tapes in and just play them back. A lot of these drives have got notes on. See that one, 1170, that one 1170, 1370, that one, oh, 3151, couldn't get any better than that. But yeah, it's the sort of thing you can't really adjust the speed in perfect, but over about a 15-minute tape, 7 minutes each side. Normally the drives are finishing within a second, 2 seconds of each other, so yeah, pretty close to spec. So that's that done, but unfortunately, one thing I haven't sorted out in the code of this thing is to get it to write multiple copies, because I like to do multiple copies. So I have to stand here like a lemon and do it with a button. But yeah, that's the PC that does all the Commodore stuff, which goes through all of that stuff. But I'll do a separate video on that. And occasionally, if I've got lots of Spectrum tapes, I can plug this in the front, switch the switch to all the jumpers to whatever I need to re-invert the signal, and then I can write 20 or so tapes at a time. As you can see, I've cleared this with doing new stuff, which, anyway, more of that another time. But yeah, there we are. So anyway, there's the SD2TAPE Mule, which became the Futurist 8-bit 499 range duplicator box. what do you think about that then? And it does actually look cool, right? And a bit silly. Commodore tapes plugged into a Spectrum shell. Cool, huh? Anyway, off now. Bye!